Have you ever felt like no matter how much healing you do, some things still linger beneath the surface? The quiet voice that say, "You are too much, you will be left all alone, you should be farther along by now." If you ever felt that way, take a deep breath. Because what you are healing is not your truth, it's a wound of consciousness. Hello and welcome back to Mind World, a space where we explore mental tools to help you live with clarity, emotional balance, and intention. And today's topic is really special because we are beginning a series of the wounded of consciousness. Where they come from, how to recognize them, and how to meet them with the healing they have always needed. And here is the most important reminder before we begin. You are not broken, you are lovable and innocent. And this wound is like the cloud blocking the sun. The way that you cannot see it, it doesn't mean that sun isn't shining. The wound spectrum and why we all have one. Every human experiences the wound of consciousness. They are emotional patterns shaped by trauma, programming, or early life experiences. And they are not flawed. They are themes your soul came here to go through. To begin, we use something called a spectrum of wounding, a way to recognize how deeply each wound lives within you. And for each theme we're running today, ask yourself, have you ever felt this before? And how often this belief runs my life? And you can rate the experience from the scale 0 to 4. 0 for never feel it, 1 for barely feel it, 2 for sometimes feel it, 3 for often feel it, and 4 for consistently feel it. Use this to get curious, not judge, because healing doesn't begin with shame, it begins with awareness. So let's explore the most common wounds in this episode: rejection, judgment, overwhelm, and loss. Wound number 1, rejection. I am unlovable. So the common trigger in this wound are being rejected, humiliated, or abused. And the root program here is I am unlovable. The common emotion is shame. So you might confront these thoughts more often, like, I'm not good enough, no one loves me, or I hate myself. This is one of the most deepest wounds, often come from trauma, abuse, or intense emotional neglect. It's so painful that the mind represses it and often rejects the reality of what happened. And what if you weren't the problem? What if it's their projection, not your worth? So healing this begins with self-compassion. Trying this affirmation, I am innocent. I give this chain back to its sender. Or I am worthy of love. So set boundary with those who have hurt you, not from hate, but from the place of self-worth. Because the truth is, healed people heal people. And you, just by facing this, you are healing. Wound number 2, judgment. I am wrong, or they are wrong. Common triggers here is perceived mistake, and the root program is I am wrong, or they are wrong. Therefore, the common emotion in this wound is guilt. So the thought that usually comes in your mind are, I should have known better, they should be punished, or I am punished. Judgment often follows rejection because it's how the mind tries to make sense of the pain. But there is difference between judgment and the natural consequence. Judgment is biased, harsh, and reactive, while the natural consequence is neutral. It simply is. Therefore, healings begin when we replace blame with understanding. So try this affirmation. It's okay to make mistakes. I am learning, or natural consequences are not punishments. Let go of playing judge, surrender that role, and let your soul evolve through the gentleness. Wound number 3, overwhelm. What's the point? It's triggered when life feels too much to handle. So the root program here is, what's the point? The common emotion is hopelessness. Therefore, these thoughts usually comes to your mind. Why bother? Nothing works, or I'm burdened. This wound shows up as apathy, fatigue, or emotionally shut down. It can sometimes look like laziness, but it's actually a protective response to feel helpless. We avoid, detach, or numb because it's too heavy to feel. Therefore, the healing starts by allowing the feeling underneath. Try this affirmation. To feel is to heal. There is a way out. Or I accept help. And sometimes that help needs to come from something that is bigger than us. So don't afraid to whisper, God, help me. Because that's not weakness. That's a wisdom. Wound number 4, loss. I always lose. This can be triggered by change, death, ending, or separation. And the root program here is to resist change. Therefore, the common emotions here are grief or regret. And the thought that usually comes in your mind are, I've lost too much. It will never be the same. Or, what's a tragedy? Loss is universal, but when we don't process it, we get stuck in it. We mourn not just people, but the status, money, opportunity, or even the old version of ourselves. We fear change because our ego see change as death. But change isn't the enemy. It's the thing that makes life precious. Therefore, healing comes from embracing impermanence. Try these affirmations. I take nothing for granted. Change adds depth to life. And this moment is a gift because you are not lost. You are the love that still remains. So here's your today takeaway. First, name the wound you most resonate with. Say it out loud with love. Second, rate it with 0 to 4 spectrum, not to judge, but to witness. And third, choose one affirmation to carry in your heart today. And here's something important. This is the first part of our series on wounds of consciousness. Next week, we will explore the second half featuring distrust, inadequacy, violation, and insecurity. So if this episode supports your healing, share it with someone you love or comment wound work if you would like part 2. Until then, remember, you are not your pain, you are not your past, you are not your wound. You are the one who is brave enough to feel them and free enough to heal them. See you next time.